Yo, what is up, guys? Joker bringing you another video for the 3.23 Affliction League. So, in the last video, I walked you through how to go from a small handful of divines, pretty much 4 divines, and get over 20 divines in returns, right? Using that one sexton and harpies just because it was so cheap and so profitable. This is going to be more of a theory crafting slash test. So I don't know how this one's going to go, but we're going to be juicing it up some, using the vast majority of our profit as an investment to go ahead and get some maps up and running for the next set, which is initially what you should do when you're trying to make currency, right? Once you make a good chunk, then you do a more juice strategy. And that's essentially what I'm trying to show in these videos. So in this case, I've used almost 13 div to prep 40 maps of a tier 9 dunes, right? And it is not Legion dunes. We are just using dunes for the fortunate card, right? I was going to do Cemetery again, but that was boring. So I went ahead and I changed up the strategy a little bit. We're going to be strongbox farming without wandering path, just using the mechanic and the sextants that give 2 additional strong boxes and 500% enraged, right? Then we're going to be using polished div scarabs, polished ambush scarabs, and polished reliquary scarabs. Oh my god. This is for loot explosions and conversions from arch nemesis mods. This makes them spit out much more loot. This is for additional strong boxes, obviously, and this is for additional div cards, obviously, right? So we're going to grab one of these, and then we're going to grab one of these. We'll go ahead and we'll grab just a normal out map, right? And then we're going to throw it in here. I really should be trying to make these somewhat decent, but for the test, it is just going to be out and go. So we're doing this, and then we're grabbing ambush, and we're going to go ahead and run this map, see how it looks. Okay, so we are effectively 12 maps done. Actually, I think we're only 8 maps done. We're not very many maps in. The reason why I wanted to pause is I'm going to have to indefinitely get a second quad tab for the loot. But you know what? I can check on my scarabs. Yeah, we're 8 maps deep, and we dropped a brother's gift from a strong box that duped. So I'm going to go on a limb and not count that. But we do have 6 fortunates. So we do have essentially 1 divine in the 8 maps so far, plus all of this other stuff. Okay, so this might be a little bit cracked. I just dropped another raw divine and I dropped a fortunate that ended up duping from the box it came out of. So that's nice. All right, so here we are. We just finished our 40th map. So, full disclosure, we did wipe on a few maps. This was a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. I think I wiped on 4 or 5 really, really, really juicy maps. I got some loot from them. Like one of the maps, I got 4 fortunates from before I ended up dying on my last portal. I was just running through the map, picking up the fortunates, but I went ahead and I organized the dead tab, pretty much got rid of everything that is not sellable. And then we ended up with 17 divines of raw currency. We do want to go ahead and take this 10 out because that's what we got from those 2 brothers gifts, which was a completely luck and RNG thing. So I can't really count that. So let's go ahead and we're going to pull up PoE stack here and we're going to see how much we made. So this is exactly why I like to test strategies first before I tell people to do them. If we go ahead and we pull up the PoE stack, right? We got 16 div and we put 13 div in. Now, obviously, we're not counting this 10 div because this was a lucky 10 div, but everything else that we're counting, well, I mean, besides the 144 maps, which we could sell for like 6, 7C each and get like another 2 or 3 div, we're not counting those because I'm probably going to be end up running those later. Now I just have an infinite amount of dunes if I ever want to run dunes. Um, but apart from that, I would say that this strategy was incredibly underwhelming because of the fact that I don't know if it's just they cannot or it's just very uncommon for strong boxes to spawn conversion creatures. So like the arch nemesis mobs that do like the loot explosions. I got one conversion of a scarab drop and it was actually from a legion mob. Out of all of these strong boxes, literally like 600 strong boxes, because 12 a map times 40, so what, 480 strong boxes. I did not get any kind of big conversion. Like it was weird. The only things that were getting juiced was like their initial base drops. So once again, if it's already known that arch nemesis creatures don't spawn from strong boxes, that's just something that I didn't know. But I am going to be testing another method here, probably pretty similar to Garatha's Abyss magic finding strategy, right? Except for it'll be in like Promenade maybe or Jungle Valley, wherever that is. Where's Jungle Valley? It's a T16, so no, I don't want to do that. I'll figure something out for the next video, but all in all, don't do this. It wasn't a good idea. It was extremely expensive because a lot of the high-end juicers are using these sextants. So this was like the first video was a good example of what to do. This was a bad example where I pretty much broke even on investment. But yeah, until next time, take care.